Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest episode of the Dead Realms campaign, a hardcore D&D campaign where the players play a post-zombie apocalypse D&D version of the Forgotten Realms with hardcore rules to ground it. I am your humble DM, Tyler, and today we will continue the group's journey west to persuade their own goals. So, with that being said, we are missing Ichabod or Bob. He might show up later, he may not. I'm not too sure, but if he does, cool. If not, it's all right. We'll continue. Um, Other than that, we do have three players in tonight. So, without further ado, let's introduce ourselves based on the Discord list. So, bottom below me, that would be you, Aaron.
That'd
So,
be me.
yep.
I'm Aaron. I'm playing Bellathor, Cleric of War.
All right. Next would be Mike.
My name's Mike. I'm playing Rico Tenpenny, artificer, and possibly the worst cleric ever.
And then finally, we have Sirius.
Hi, I'm Sirius. I'm playing Axius, a tiefling barbarian fighter.
All right. So, with that being said, let's continue our journey into the Dead Realms. So, you guys should be hearing music now. All right. So, where we last left off, after a very bad encounter in the cave, which you lost two of your party members, you guys went to the town of Tilverton. You guys went in there to seek shelter for the evening. With that, Ichabod fortunately removed his infection thanks to a Greater Restoration spell, but using the last Greater Restoration spell scroll from the town. That being said, you guys encountered. Let me just see. Look at my notes here real quick. You've encountered one of Ichabod's friends, the blacksmith that worked there. After encountering them and some good faith via Rico with some ale, you guys spend a couple days there to regain your strength, trying to learn new skills. Unfortunately, not learning good enough based on dice checks, and crafted new stuff and gained better equipment. Rico then gained a level of cleric after accepting Anubis's offering, which, well, we'll see how that goes in this game. Other than that, you guys learned about the nature of the skull of the three skulls of the undead kings, which you guys assume based on what Soren the Seeker told you guys that Beatrice could possibly have one of two of the skulls. Maybe, you're not too sure. You do know she has the purple one, though. And then, other than that, you guys do know of a location of a couple of mining towns for your own personal goals, and the location of the third red skull, which is basically in between Anchorrock. We're in the map here, folks. In between Anchorrock and the Western Heartland, somewhere around that area. Other than that, you got Sirius then decided to pick a fight with one of the top Purple Dragon Knights for a friendly competition in which people were hurt. But other than that, Sirius learned some new skills and honed his skills and gained a level of fighter. You guys then will continue your journey off west, grabbing last whatever remaining supplies, possibly fulfilling requests of others. For your case, Rico, you promised to look for Fillmore's wooden figures somewhere along the way. Other than that, you guys started your journey to the west. So, with that being said, map-wise, you could decide to take the roads. Roads could be somewhat safer. Keep in mind the world is still full of zombies, so there could be some encounters you might face along the way. Whether it be zombie or not, you're not too sure. So there's several ways where you could go west. You could take the main roads, which is continue the road west. You could go southwest, which leads into the Storm Horns or the Storm Mountains. Or, if you guys really want to do it, you can go through part of the Anchorrock Desert. That being said, which way would you guys like to go? At this point, story-wise, Ichabod is just taking a rest after some help with the blacksmith, of course.
Take a long rest as well.
Okay. After that encounter, sure. Rico and Bellathor, what would you two like to do? At this point, Nea's like riding the carriage because apparently she's the only one who knows how to ride a cart. So
I don't think we have enough supplies to go through the desert.
Yeah, no, not even close.
I don't know. What do you think? You've done more traveling than I have.
Very clever. Well, definitely not going through the desert. Not only do we not have enough supplies, but typically deserts have pretty flat terrain, which means if there is anything in the way, it's probably going to be a problem. What were the other routes that were put up there?
So you could continue the road west, which again, it's quote unquote safe, but obviously there's still some possible encounters you could, you know, partake. Or you could go south. You could take the road southwest, which would lead into some towns, but it's going to be in the Stormhorns, which is like a mountainous like area.
Okay.
Do I know anything about the Stormhorns?
Make a history check.
Can I make one too, or no?
Sure, if you want. You guys are all discussing this, so
21.
okay.
Natural
just look
20.
You both know that the Stormhorns houses a bunch of cities, so you figured, hey, it could be places with good supplies. However, it is more mountains and highlands, so you might encounter more than just your regular zombies up there. So there's could be possibilities of more supplies, but possibly a greater risk because you're going on a higher altitude and there could be more stuff other than zombies you might encounter.
I think I'd prefer the mountains just because I feel more comfortable in cities than I do in the wildlands. I can navigate a city.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, the more people there are, the more bodies there are to turn after they've died. Guys, especially if that cavern is anything to judge by, they're capable of summoning entire hordes like that. How
So
long
you're
that takes,
suggesting we
I don't know, but perhaps avoiding the larger cities would be a better idea.
So you're saying we go through the desert where there's no people and there's no chance for encounters.
No, it was east, the desert, and then southwest. There were 3 choices.
Southwest was the mountains, so we're taking the main road west then.
West.
Yeah, so we're just
Yeah,
gonna take
west.
the main road west.
So
That's
you
our
guys are
decision.
confirming.
That my vote would be
Confirming
main
main
road
roads.
west. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rico?
Southwest through the city and the mountains.
You want to do the mountains? All right, give us.
So metagame here, because I'm an urchin, I have city secrets. I can move twice as fast through a city than others can, along with the companion side lead. So we can possibly outrun zombies.
Yeah, plus more cities mean I have more things to maneuver and throw around as a giant rather than just the roads. I have more destructibility, I say, to help us escape and block our path, as opposed to just a main road where there's nothing but us running. So
The
yeah,
other-
southwest.
The other thing is now that I am a cleric of the god of strategy and war planning, it also might be to my advantage, but the other thing is knowing what risks there are and what risks to take.
And it's
So
still 2-1. I say southwest.
Well,
We're
I'm
going to the mountains.
if you guys
Alright.
insist, but I still say the main road's the better option. But if you
Come on,
guys
man.
decide to go through the mountains,
You
I'll go
are
through
a dwarf. You should love the mountains. Stop complaining.
It's not the mountains themselves, it's the cities. That's my problem.
Okay. So you are confirming mountains, right?
If that's what
Yeah.
they say, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
worry, I'll make you some ale. That'll help out.
That would help,
Alright.
though I think longer legs might be of more use.
All right. So to get to the first city, it's going to take you guys about 2 days. So that being said, you guys go through the rest of the day. If you guys want a long rest, you most certainly can. You can regain abilities, hit dice, and spell slots, if any.
Get rid
Come on,
of
Smoke.
exhaustion.
get rid of exhaustion too, because both Axius and Rico both have 1 levels of exhaustion. Ichabod's stats are unchanged, so he's fine. Next, you guys each have to remove 1 ration for attempts to hunt game in order to, to live. So, how are you guys gonna handle food?
I'll take 1 ration, personally.
Yeah, same.
All right. What is your guys' overall ration count between you 3?
So I remember last session you said that Ichabod did find or got enough rations for one of us.
Each of you gained 1 ration from town, plus whatever rations you had.
Okay.
So I got 2.
Okay.
I have 2 days worth.
Okay.
So after eating, go ahead.
With that +1 from last session, I'm now at 5.
You're at 5. Okay. And then Rico?
After eating the one we just did, I have 1 left.
Okay. Bellathor, you realize that you're missing a ration in your pack.
Interesting. So I have 4, not 5. Got it.
It seems weird because you usually keep your stuff secured, and food like this would never go to waste. But like as you're counting your rations, it's gone. You're missing 1 more ration. And you don't know why.
Can I? Yeah. Can I make an investigation check to see if I can figure out if any part of my bag was tampered with that would allow access to that 1 ration?
Make an investigation check.
That is a 12.
Okay. You get the feeling that someone went through your bag. You know that someone went through your bag, but you don't know who, you don't know how, but you know your bag was tampered with.
Can I tell if there's anything else missing, or is it just the 1 ration?
Just the 1 ration is missing. It seems like the rest of your stuff is there.
And I'm sorry, but the Skyrim music is really throwing me off right now. I had to say that because it was really throwing me off.
That's fine, man. But yeah, you know that your bag is tampered with and you don't know how. And the only ones what's weird about it is that you had 5 leaving. So you do know it wasn't stolen in town. And the only people that were there, it were your comrades. So it's weird that you're missing 1 ration.
Well, we're going to tuck that little tidbit away for now.
Okay.
Seeing as how I don't know how it happened, I can't really catch anybody.
Okay. You guys take a long rest. You guys get benefits of a long rest. Next day happens. At this point, I would like all 3 of you to roll a d12. Let's see here.
That's a
d12s and use. Okay.
8 for me.
Okay. Now I roll a d12. If I match any of you, an encounter will happen. I rolled a 1. I matched with Rico. An encounter will happen.
Ooh.
And we roll a d6.
Just
6.
3 of us.
Just the 3 of us. Love that song. Oh, okay. Alright. You spend half the day traveling. Taking shifts, driving the cart. You guys are kind of getting the hang of driving the cart at this point. You guys are going up the mountains roads at this point. Seeing the change of elevation, kind of messes with your senses a bit because you guys are not natural to like higher elevation. But other than that, you do see along the road up, a good view of like the land that you can see. Basically, you see all of the Dale lands, which is still beautiful forests. But other than that, you do see like spokes of where cities used to be. Other than that, you do see what seems like to be an old town nearby Tilverton, which is fully overgrown. It's kind of a weird beauty for that specifically, but you do see the sunrise. It's bright. It's a good day, and you take this moment in to like have this sense of calm as you're kind of like in a weird meditative state of peace. That is until you reach what seems like to be a campsite further ahead. As you guys look closer, you see that there's clearly presence of people there, but it seems to be abandoned.
Can I do a perception check?
Sure, make a perception check. If you guys want to, too, you can.
12.
Okay. All right, with the perception check. Oh, wait, Rico's rolling, so let me just see where Rico is. 16. Okay. Bellathor. Okay, he is rolling.
14.
14. Okay. With your general perception checks, you could clearly see that this is a relatively set up camp from like a few days ago. There's clear as you guys get closer, you do see that there's evidence of like people were here. But the campsite's still set up with some supplies around. But there's no one in sight.
I don't know what. Can I do a survival check to see like if I could tell how long it's been since anyone's inhabited this campsite? Or
That would be an
investigation?
investigation check.
All right, that's fair. That's an 18.
You see that this campfire that you are closely inspecting was lit recently. You assume it was lit last night. Other than that, you do see a couple footprints around that were recently, stepped on. So you get the feeling that they recently left about an hour ago or so.
I say we just pass through here. I say we just keep going.
But what you do see with your investigation check is that you do see 2 bags there, and it seems like a few more rations, about 3 days worth of rations there.
I say we just keep going. I say, nope, this stealing that's a fight that's behind us, and I like to keep my fights in front where I can see them. So I suggest we just keep moving forward.
Can you tell what direction they walked in?
Can I with my investigation check?
Yeah, with that previous investigation check, you do see that it went downwards down to the mountains to a nearby woods.
Would that be the way we were headed anyway?
No. It was like a side path, basically.
I still say we just keep going. And I look at the group. I'm just like, we should just keep going.
Agree, but one of us should keep watch behind us in case they end up catching up or are waiting further down.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right, you guys continue onward. You guys then decide to keep watch, but throughout the course of the day, nothing really bad happens. Other than that, you guys can gain the benefits of a long rest if you guys want to do spells beforehand or abilities before you take that long rest to either heal yourself or whatnot. Now is the perfect time to do so. But other than that, you guys gain another benefit of the long rest, and that's the end of the second day of travel. All right. Next day, you guys get up. There'll be no random encounters in this day. As you get closer and closer to the middle of the mountains, at this point, you see further in the distance what seems like to be a castle. You guys recognize that this castle is some sort of weird entry point, as you guys are well aware of the world that usually castles are either made of high status or used to keep people out or use them as makeshift watchtowers. However, this castle has long been abandoned, as this castle has suffered from heavy damage, and there's obviously debris of whatever remains of the castle as you get closer and closer. And as you do, you guys do recognize that this is Castle Crag. If you guys want to do a history check, you can if you want.
Yeah, sure.
That's a 9.
Hey, dirty 20.
Okay.
10.
10. For Sirius and Rico, this is the first time you've seen or anything like that. For you, Bellathor, you know some knowledge of the world, and you do know that this Castle Crag is basically one of the castles nearby, one of the entry points nearby to the medium-sized town of Arabelle, which is a town that was known for major trade way back in the day. But this castle used to be like one of the not only serves as one of the entrance to the town, but also serves as more or less like a warning watchtower of sorts. But clearly it's damaged from God knows what.
Probably can't tell from here, huh? What I wanted to do was see if I could tell if the damage to the stone walls were caused by time or by an attack of some kind, using my what's it called?
Stone cutting?
Stone cutting.
Okay.
That's the one.
Yeah, so with your stone cutting, first off, you could tell that this was made quite well. Maybe even dwarvish, but you aren't too sure. Other than that, you do recognize that this probably got damaged in some sort of attack of sorts. It didn't happen recently, but you assume some time ago it got attacked. You don't know what though, based on the surrounding area and circumstances.
Are we close up to the tower now?
At this point, yes.
Can I investigate the tower for any supplies?
Sure. First make a perception check. That would be a perception check because you're looking for stuff.
I thought it was investigation. Okay.
Go ahead.
That's a 19 on the roll?
Yep. You find what seems like to be an old, decrepit chest in the watchtower.
Has it been broken into?
No, it's old though.
Can
Would
I
you like
break
to
it
open
open
it?
with my hands? Yeah, let me break it open.
Easily, you could open this. You find 100 feet of rope. Other than that, you do find what seems like to be two. It looks like for you two potions, but they are a little bit darker, and the color doesn't seem to show anything to indicate what kind of potion it is.
I'm going to give the potions to Rico since he is the artificer and would probably know more than I do about these things.
Okay. Rico, you're just chilling there, then you see Axios come out with some. Do you grab the rope, by the way, or no?
Yeah, I take the rope.
Okay, you have 100 feet of Heppen rope. You see Axios come out with some rope, Rico, and then it seems like to be 2 bottles of God knows what in there.
Can I investigate them, try to determine what they are?
Sure, you can either make a nature check or an arcana check, your choice.
Arcana all the way.
Okay. See how good you do.
21.
Okay. So based on, first off, these potions are quite old. So based on your general arcane knowledge, there is a possibility of these potions may not be as effective as they were when they were once brewed. You know that one is possibly a healing potion of sorts, but you don't know what. But the other one is just like has this weird bluish, blackish kind of color. You don't quite know what that is. It could be anything from all you know. But you do know that this weird blackish reddish one is some kind of healing potion of sort.
And I'll share that with the group. I don't know what this is, but they're old. They might not be good.
All right, I'll store them in my backpack.
Right.
Okay. I'll write that down.
You can add 1 discolored red potion and 1 discolored blue potion.
How do I add that?
You just add it as custom item, so.
Got it.
All right. What do you guys do now? Well, would you like to do anything while all this is going on?
I don't think anyone else is still hurting any, so no, I don't think there's anything in particular I'd like to do.
Okay. Cool. All right. You
You
guys continue. Yes.
Did Axios share about the count of Arabelle?
What?
Oh, that was me that made that roll. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I would let
Would you like to share it?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
So, where is
share
this
it.
town?
I was
Share
like,
it,
wait, what?
Would I know what direction that town is from here?
Yes, that is south from where you guys are.
It's south.
Should we maybe check that out?
I don't know. Because this fort, which was supposed to act like an early warning system essentially is not looking great, which does not give me very much hope for the city, especially considering the damage looks to have been done from fighting rather than just natural wearing of time.
Well, I mean, we could still take a look, scout it out, maybe loot the place if there's anything left. I can get us safely through the city. It's just need to get there. What do you think?
What do you think, Axius?
I don't know anything about this place. Listen, as long as we get to either the Red Skull or a mining town where we need to go, let's just go. I say as long as we keep moving, then we go as fast as we can to get there as soon as possible before whomever gets a third skull and we're all dead.
Okay.
Alright, you guys continue down to the town. As you get closer down to the town, you do see what seems like to be a distance, what seems like to be a formerly fortified town of Annabelle. If you want to make a history check of what Annabelle is or whatnot, now's the time to do so for your history
Also,
checks.
everyone gets 12 temporary hit points.
Nice.
That's a 1 for the history check.
That's a dirty 20 for the history check.
Nice, nice. That is cool.
I don't know how I know the city, but not the freaking
Alright.
castle that guards it.
Well, I'm glad you asked. So here's what you know. All three of you know that the town of Annabelle was a place where majority trade was taking place during the in between these parts. Axius, you know that this place had, been traded because some of your combatants and some of your opponents came from that town. Seems like they're doing a little bit more training as far as illegal stuff. It seems like, or they used to. That's how you know the history of this town. Is that you assume that it has some kind of dark trading thing going on since it is a major trading area. For you, Bellathor, same similar thing minus the bad stuff. It's a major town of trade and such. Rico, you based on your background and you reading up on while you were as a servant, you do hear whereabouts of where majority of like high paying items could be possibly been done in that vicinity and other such trades, but you don't know what other trades might have conducted. But as you guys see the town, it was quite fortified. However, there is smoke coming out of it, indicating that there has been some recent destruction as of late and massive damage to the big buildings like would have seen. Now, let's talk to the players. Cities in the Dead Realms is basically a catastrophe zone. There's a high chance of you guys possibly dying in these cities, and there's also a chance of getting cool shit from these cities. But keep in mind, and this is just your only warning, if you do decide to go into the cities, it's going to be even more dangerous. The DC of checks are going to be more higher, and to keep in mind, there could be more than just whatever zombies may lurk there. But there is greater chances of you getting cool shit in those cities. So that's just a warning to the players that if you do decide to go in these cities, it is a high risk of survival in there. That being said, your characters see all this. What do your characters do? As you guys see this basically half-burnt city to the ground.
I'm gonna crouch down next to Anea and go, Anea, cool shit, high danger. What do you say?
Well, I mean, it's up to you. Ichabod doesn't seem much up to the task right now, but looks like someone has to keep him safe. Plus, we gotta watch the cart just in case. If you want to go in there, that's cool, I guess, but I think we could go around it if you want. But
yeah, I was gonna ask if there's a way around the city at this point.
there is, if you want to.
I look at Rico and I look at
on me. You guys just advocated for going through cities, and now you're gonna chicken out. Okay.
No, I said we go through the mountains. I never said we go through the cities with Ichabod taking a nap. That's not. You have to understand. Like, you have to understand that Ichabod and I work the best when we fight together. This is not saying I don't know how you fight. I just you should just go around. We should just go around.
What do you think, Belthor?
Well,
I thought Ichabod would wake up by now. This is
we're already here, so we might as well take a little look around. Not necessarily all the way through and in, but maybe the block in. Check
just
it
a
out.
tip.
Just the tip.
Just the two of us.
Dip your toes in the catastrophe zone, see if it bites. That way, once you cut off a toe and you're good.
Well, how about this? I kind of want to go through the town. I'm pretty fast. Bellathor, you want to come with me? And then we can meet
You're
the
gonna
crew
need
on the other
backup
side.
You're splitting up the group? Yo, wait a minute. Yo, stop.
Where's the never split the party song when you
Yes.
I don't want to risk the cart though. That's.
Yo, this will be the last of us. I swear to God. I swear to
I was told cool loot. I can't turn down cool loot.
Oh my God. Yo, this
I'm
is
with
gonna be
him.
the last.
Actually, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. All right.
At this point, it's risk versus reward. We're already here. And we could go around it and risk problems going around it, or we could go through it and risk problems going through it. Granted, problems going through are bigger than problems going around, but when all is said and done, our lives are hanging in the balance no matter which one we choose. So I'd rather have the possibility of getting like a +6 shining golden chest plate than like, you know, oh look, I moved a log out of the road and fought off 3 zombies.
Actually, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna meet you on the other side. All right. You go around. Worst case scenario, we'll just book it. We'll book it. How about that?
I stare at them dumbstruck. Just
All right. Axios is down. We're good.
I stare at these two just dumbstruck. Just speechless as crap.
The little people of the group.
That's his
nothing to
agreement
say.
face.
Yo, I literally have nothing to say. I'm so fucking speechless at this point. What am I listening to? Yo, what is this?
It's
This
his
is the
agreement
worst
face.
idea
I've known
ever.
him for a
Yo,
while.
I've never heard an idea so abstractly far-fetched. I'm just like, yo, how can 2 people literally look me in my fucking face and say that as if it's the best idea ever? Like, you know, what the fuck? Yeah, so in character, not a character, I'm just dumbstruck. It's just like,
Fair enough.
stunned right
All right. So what's the confirmation from the overall party?
That
I say
Bellator and I
that-
are going to sneak through, and then Axios and crew are going to meet us on the other side.
Okay. All right. That's how it is. So be it.
Fuck, what the fuck is about to go down? Holy shit. Yo, we ain't making out the
So be
mountains. Yo, oh
Alright,
my God.
Let me change the music up now.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, can we maybe not do this?
Oh no. You made a choice.
It's a little late for that.
I asked for confirmation. That's what you confirmed.
It's a little late.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Huh. Let's see here.
Yo,
Bellator, do you know Expeditious Retreat? That spell?
No.
Oh, buddy.
But I do know
Yeah.
Shield of Faith, which increases my AC, so that could also be useful.
You guys hear that?
yes, I hear
Yeah.
that Dark Souls, Bloodborne, foreboding ass music.
So, here's what happens. Axios, Ichabod, and Aneda decide to go around town. Other than a few zombies that you can handle, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. However, I do need Bellathor and Rico to both make stealth checks with advantage because Rico's background. So both of you make stealth checks with advantage. because
Please
you're
tell me
both
one of you
tiny
have
people, and Rico's
thaumaturgy.
guiding you basically. Okay,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
That's the first roll.
All right.
Okay.
With
23.
advantage, I ended up with a 17.
Okay, so both of you pass on your stealth checks. As you get through the city, you realize that it is basically almost in every corner a bunch of zombies, almost like mini hordes throughout the entire city. But you two being small and Rico being more knowledgeable in cities and how to get around, you guys, as far as you know, don't seem to be noticed by any of the zombies. However, I do want everyone at this point to make perception checks. With Rico and Bellathor rolling with disadvantage because they're both short and they're in crowds of going in between crowds of hordes.
You want me to make a
So-
perception check too?
Yep. You have regular rolls. Rico and Bellathor at disadvantage. Oh no.
6.
Holy sh! 8.
Oh, okay.
Shit!
Okay.
Holy
Actually, as you're
Toledo.
paying more attention to the zombies you're handling, clearing, while Ichabod's resting and Aeneas guiding the carts, Rico, you're too busy navigating through these hordes to try to attempt to even pay attention. However, Bellathor, with that 16, you do notice further in the distance, in the sky, seems like to be something flying, just in the
God.
general area.
Like
God.
floating in the sky, flying, or like going
Like
toward-
something with wings, but you don't know what. But it's too far away to tell.
I'm
How
going
big
to
is this thing?
I'm going to whisper
It's
to
too
Rico.
far away to understand.
I'm going to whisper to Rico. There is a thing flying. I can't tell how big it is or where it's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, but it's circling it seems like this entire city that you've noticed.
Did you find any sweet loot? I whisper.
No, just a giant, scary flying thing circling the city like a vulture.
Well, we're here, okay? We need to find the loot. Rico has a very one-track mind.
All right.
Like, we're
So
already
what
in
would you-
danger.
So what would you guys like to find?
Patient to loot. But there's a giant flying thing. We got to be careful.
I'd like, to look for anything of value, but I would like a really sweet crossbow, if I can find one.
All right, make a perception check.
Oh god, I'm so bad at perception. 5.
5. You're too busy circling these hordes so you can't find any shops around you to find anything. Bellathor, would you like to find anything?
I'd be looking for more practical supplies, so stuff like healing potions, maybe a grappling hook, stuff like that.
Make a perception check. What's your roll there?
That's a 2, and I'm crying.
Same thing. You trip, and it looks like the horse might see you, but Rico quickly picks you up and continues on your way.
Can I roll
I'm on-
investigation to see if I can figure out if we're anywhere near a store that might have anything of value rather than a perception roll? Because this is going nowhere fast.
You cannot. Investigation is looking at further details. Perception is to basically pinpoint where the stores are. So no,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I can't find shit. There's
I want both
Are
of
these
you.
funky looking houses around?
Well, before we continue, I want all three of you to make perception checks again. Again,
Oh,
both Bellathor and Rico with disadvantage.
Okay.
11.
21.
Bellathor,
Give me one
you
second.
guide Rico and to see yo, there's this thing flying, and it seems to you're starting to begin seeing shapes. You do see the wingspan of whatever's flying is big, but you do know it has some kind of a tail. Axios, I will message you what you see.
God, don't like it.
It's got a tail. No. No, this is
Okay.
not okay.
I
So
can't
not
find
only
shit.
do you guys sneak in the city, but y'all are not good at perception. Like, I think at this point I have the best perception, which was laughable when we started this whole game to begin with. And now, yo, what is happening?
I'm still only level 3, okay? There's only so much I can do.
I can't find shit. We need to leave. We need to leave right now.
I sent it to you. So,
And I'm like, yeah,
Rico,
twine
Rico,
tail.
Bellathor,
No.
Rico, Bellathor. Would you like to continue looting the area?
Fuck no, I'm over there.
All right. You guys, unfortunately, did not find any cool shit. I want both of you to make stealth checks at this time, with advantage, because Rico's guiding.
Okay.
With advantage, so.
All right.
17.
First one,
Okay.
11's the best I got for that last set of checks.
All right. Few zombies spot you, but because they're so clustered together, they don't have a quite organization. That being said, you make it out of the town, and you see Axios. Now I roll a perception check. Wow. Okay. You meet Axios at the edge of at the end of the town.
We didn't
Look at
find
that.
shit.
I'm going to say, let's go now.
Get down. And I'm trying to find a place to hide, real quick.
That I'm
Is there-
behind the nearest shrub.
Is there a place to like hide out for a bit?
Yeah, so like there's some nearby brush and like nearby mountain sides that you could cling to, but if you guys want to do that, I want everyone to make stealth checks.
Alright, I am gonna share with the group what I did see. Alright, so I really do think that's a fucking dragon, so that looks like a green dragon. I am not. Ichabod needs to wake up.
Oh shit.
Are you
fuck.
kidding me? Unnatural one. Holy
Alright,
fucking...
okay.
Hey,
Alright.
Can I make a survival check to try and blend in with the hillside
No.
I'm clinging to? No?
No.
God,
Alright, let me roll for Ichabod. Well, first let me roll for Nada first.
this isn't
Oh,
fucking
okay.
insanity.
I just rolled a
Okay.
16 for that stealth check. Alright.
Okay.
Guess I didn't.
Nada
need it.
didn't do so well either.
I hide
So
under
this-
the cart.
Oh, you hide under the cart. Okay, good. So Rico, as you hide under the cart, you realize there's fungus growing under it, which you haven't seen at all. But the weird bit is that it seems like there's something glowing beneath the fungi, and you see like small little tiny figures of like weird tiny humanoid creatures like this small just walking around in it. And this seems very weird to you. But before you can even comprehend all this, all of a sudden you hear, and standing before in front of you is a young green dragon. And it snarls at you guys. It has been a while since I've seen fresh flesh for quite some time. So this green dragon, in comparison to other dragons, are relatively short in comparison to every other dragon. However, it's still a fucking dragon. And this thing stands at grabbing stat block.
I'm just gonna move my hands to cover the tiny people that I found.
Sure. Sure. All of a sudden, as you cover, you see that they turned out the lights. Let me see here. Let me just give you the exact height description of it.
16 stealth check. Does it? Do I get the feeling it's addressing me, or is it not?
I'm gonna get to that. So,
Okay.
so this is a large creature. So this is exactly 10 feet tall, with the wingspan spreading out, and it goes. See here. He uses his big snout, and as he does, he will address all this too. If D&D Beyond could load up, he addressed this to Axios for the most part, and some tieflings, and he's like sniffs like close to the bottom of the cart and goes, seems like some happening as well. And Anita's like hiding in the fucking cart at this point. And she's like, a human too. He grabs his claw as he reaches into the cart. What do you do?
There are tastier humans behind us.
No, he's reaching into the cart for
I
an
know,
Yeah,
elf.
he's
I am
grabbing
literally-
to the top of the cart.
I understand, and I'm going to tell him that girl is too young to be as tasty as the humans that are behind us
Ah.
a few feet.
Young girl. Make a persuasion check. It's gonna be a tough one. Convincing a fucking dragon, so go ahead. Make a
Listen.
persuasion check.
I have
I
my crossbow like leveled at his
Okay.
junk.
Belthor,
Oh,
it hasn't
15.
noticed you. Would you like to do anything?
How far behind it? Am I behind it? In front of it? Off to one side?
You're hiding off to the side, I'll say.
15.
I'm rolling insight check on you secretly.
Yes, I'm off to the side. How far from it am I?
You are about 10 feet away.
Okay.
Anything you would like to prep as he says this? As he's talking to Axios.
I don't have any support I can give him without.
Now's your time, man. There's a young dragon looking to eat.
Yeah, but it's resistant to most of the stuff I can do to it. That and maybe they can talk our way out of this.
What are you doing? Last call before we move on.
You mean
I'm
roll
gonna-
initiative?
What's that?
Anything you would
No.
like to do before we move on, before we continue? This is your chance to do whatever. You
What
are
was
hidden.
Fury saying? I couldn't hear him.
Nothing. I said roll initiative, but yeah, no.
Oh.
Not yet. Not yet, at least. But would you like to do anything preemptively before I move on?
Can I cast light into one of his eyes to temporarily blind him?
Make a sleight of hand check to see if you can keep quiet for the verbal component as you weave your magic.
Said slate of hand. Oh, that's a 19.
Okay.
Yo,
Beats
he's
his
gonna
passive
attack
perception.
now.
Beats his passive perception. So, while you're casting this spell and while this conversation is going on, he says to you, Axios, tempting, but if
Yeah.
they were alive, that is. It seems that a group has taken, and before he can finish, all you see a bright glowing light going, looks to your general direction, Malthor. A dwarf. I like it when my food fights back. Initiative, please. Changing music.
30-20.
Natural 20 for initiative.
Isn't that
Nice.
one?
The
Oof.
dumbest time to roll in an. Lovely.
So,
Of course, it's then that I roll. Lovely.
then 24. Bellathor. Alright, let me roll for the dragon. We'll say that Ichabod is aware of it, but he's trying to protect Aneda and the card at all costs. Natural one for the dragon, but he has modifiers. Okay. Let me write down initiative.
So functionally, it's us three versus a dragon.
Yep. For this instance, but
Sweet.
but do not die because bad things could happen if you do.
Yeah.
Don't die? Why didn't I think of that?
Well, there goes my plan.
Like,
Versus
keep in
dragon,
mind,
don't die.
keep in mind,
Okay.
I warned you guys that there could have been weirder stuff here, so they would just get the appropriate music, since this is a dragon fight.
Just
Super
don't
glad
die.
we got that. Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't find shit in the city.
Unfortunately, not. Let's go with boss music. Right. So, top of initiative, Bellathor. This dragon has noticed you. Would you like to do anything?
Is it looking straight at me or just in my general direction?
General direction, but it knows you're in that vicinity. What would you like to do?
Can I attempt to cast Sacred Flame quietly?
Yeah. I would say you would have to make another sleight of hand check, but this time the
Okay.
dragon will be more active.
Okay. Then I'll try to do that. He needs a dexterity saving throw of 11 to take, I think it's half damage from Sacred Flame.
Okay. So dexterity saving throw. Okay, so like if it in that instance you have to see it. So at this point, you give away position because you have to see it to cast the spell.
Okay.
But you do see this dragon, and he almost clawed your cart. So what save does it have to make?
It's a DC 11 dexterity save.
Okay, he has +4 to this, so dirty 20. He succeeds.
Damn.
He
Okay.
goes, ugh. Can't wait to see what your dwarf tastes like. Anything else you would like to do, kind sir?
Summon my spiritual weapon right behind it and smack it in the back.
Okay, attack roll.
It's a 16 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Damn.
The weapon appears behind him. He goes, He goes, clerics and their tricks. You better pray to your god there, dwarf, as he yells this towards you. Next, would you like to move first off? Yes or no?
For this,
He's 10 feet away from everyone else. You are, so.
I'm 10 feet away from everyone else. How close is the dragon to everyone else?
The dragon's up close and personal with everyone else. You are 10 feet away.
Of course he is. Is there a way to maneuver around him so I end up closer to Axius and Rico? While
Yeah,
still...
he could get there. You can get
Okay.
there. You move there, and the green dragon that says, "Nice of you to come." You see Axius there, but you see Rico hiding underneath the cart. Seems to be getting his crossbow ready. That being said, you move on to Axius. Axius, you see Belfer coming out to you, but there's a dragon in front of you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to a frustrated rage for his bonus action.
All right.
And I'm going to get into a 10-foot rage with my halberd, and I'm going to attack.
Okay. Attack roll.
This is some bullshit right now. God damn it. That
The
is
stealth
22 to
checks,
hit.
man. That hits. Roll damage.
Alright. That is 8 plus 5, so that's 13 damage.
Okay. 13 damage to the dragon.
And... Nope, that's all. That is my turn.
All right. He goes, His turn. He looks at his little cuts. He says, "If that's the best you got, then you won't fare as well as those travelers I've eaten a day ago." He will multi-attack. He gets 3 attacks.
Oh,
He will make a claw attack against the carts, which he easily does because he has a +7 to hit. So half the cart's removed. He scrapes the top cart of his cart with the top part. You see Ichabod protecting Nada, and you see Nada grabbing her pike, being ready to defend herself. Rico, you hear going underneath the carriage of this weird fungi mini home as this happens, and it goes, "I'll deal the two of you later. Watch as your friends perish." And then with quick speed goes and attacks Axius. It's +7 to hit with his claw. That'll definitely hit. 17
That's-
plus 7 will hit.
Oh, 17 plus 7, yeah.
Yep. So you take, and I use average damage to keep in mind. You take an average damage of 11 slashing damage, but you're raging, so it's reduced to 5. So a big scrape goes across you, but you barely feel any of it as the adrenaline is pumping into your veins.
I'm going
And
to
then
use
he'll-
Hellish Rebuke as a reaction.
Sure. Let me just check that real quick. Okay, he's a young dragon, so he doesn't gain
That
magic
is-
resistance, luckily.
That is
so,
a Dex 13 save.
+4 to the roll. He fails it.
Boom. So that's 3d10 fire damage.
Uh-huh.
That is 17 damage.
Ooh, nice. Ah! You see some of his scales, his shiny scales, just have these burn marks on them. He says, you are more interesting. Let's see what you taste like. And he'll reach for a bite with his third attack. +7 to this roll. That's a natural 20.
Oh,
You take a level of exhaustion.
Yep.
You also take, in addition to the bite. Oh, this is like. Okay, so let's do the piercing damage first. So it's normally 2d10 +4. So you take 24 plus 2d10.
Yep.
But this is half, so that's the good part. 11 on top of that. So it's 11 plus 14. So that's 25. Half that to 12 piercing damage. Now the poison damage, however, you don't take half from. It's usually 2d6, so that's 12 plus 2d6.
No Baxius didn't just get one shot. That made me very sad.
Additional 7, so that is a grand total of 19 poison damage, which is not halved. Are you still living?
Yep.
You take a mean bite. You screech out in pain, not from the piercing, surprisingly, but from the poison that is seeping into your veins. Not enough to give you any poison conditions or anything like that, but you feel like a big portion of your life just take a brutal hit from that bite attack. And he goes, and he licks this tiefling blood from his lips. This tastes intoxicating. He'll end his turn. Rico, you see this horror going on underneath the cart. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna whisper to the little fungi people. Any help? That'd be cool.
That's what I hear.
Cool story. I'm gonna roll out from underneath the cart, and I'd like to throw my cannon in Axios's direction.
Okay. So you roll out, grenade throw that cannon. You can easily do it since it's nearby.
Yeah. Bonus action to give him temporary HP. That is only 6 points.
You know, real HP would also help, but thanks.
He sees this, the dragon goes like, a little fun. It's been a while since I had this fun. As he looks down at you with his blood-soaked lips.
Hi there. Thank you very much. And firebolt.
You will.
19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
Oh, come on. Only 5 points of fire.
Fire. I like you.
And then I'm gonna tuck and roll back underneath the cart.
Well, he knows where you are now. There's no point. Top of the round, Bellator. Axios is bleeding to death. And you see Rika seem to entertain this green dragon further. Oh yeah, hold on. Adata will attack with her pike. First and foremost. Watch her roll a fucking crit. It's a straight roll for her, so...
I would cry laughing.
Yeah, she's too scared to poke it. For Ichabod, he gets 2 attacks, so let me just roll 1 and 1. That will not hit. Second attack. Will hit. I think it deals... We'll say it's longsword +1. So it's a longsword, a D8. Alright. So we'll say you do 8 damage to the dragon. He swipes at him a bit, but doesn't seem to faze the dragon that much. He's more entertained on you, Rico.
Cool.
Bellator, what would you like to do?
So now, because I'm a cleric of war, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack, and I'm
Mhm.
going to use my bonus action to attack again.
Sure. So make an attack. Your first attack first.
Ooh, yes, 11 damage.
Nice. That barely tells. Ah! You hear like a crack in his armor as pieces of dragon scales appear out of him. So, nice work. So there's scattered dragon scales all around. Ichabod then yells to get the dragon scales, of course, because they could be valuable. That
Focus
means
on not dying first.
fair enough. Axios, you're up. You're bleeding. What would you like to do? Green smoke just spilled in your nose. So
Bonus action, second win.
yep, I would definitely do that.
What's the point of clerics can't heal me? God damn it! Oh, of course. That's 6 points back to me. This is what I
Hey,
get for cursing.
every little bit helps. Listen, man, every little bit helps in this situation. So.
I am going to use my action to attack.
Make an attack roll.
And that's a crit!
Oh,
Yes!
there you go. Max damage plus the die roll, baby. Let's do this.
So that is 15 plus a d10 roll.
Yep.
And
Under
that's
the cart,
5.
you hear, "Chop his
So
fucking head off!"
that is 20 damage total.
Is that including your rage bonus or no?
That is included. So my rage bonus was +2.
Yep.
So that was 15. So do I add another +2 to the
No, you
roll?
don't add the +2. You just add whatever you rolled. So
Yeah, so 20 total.
okay, nice. You swing with your nice halberd, and as you do, the halberd is actually providing some work as you cut deep into the dragon. Goes, oh, damn tieflings! I'll send you back for what you pay. And he yells at you. He'll take a -2 to all his d20 rolls.
I am going to. This is gonna. I'm gonna have fun with this son of a bitch. I am going to action surge,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast darkness.
Okay. On.
Right. So darkness is a. What is the? It's a 15-foot radius sphere.
Fucking music, man. It's fucking
So
epic.
it's a 50-foot It's a 15-foot radius.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna cast it right in front of the dragon, so it's gonna enshroud all of us in darkness. And
Go ahead.
dark vision. What's up?
I said, don't dragons have blind sight?
No, nothing gets through it. Like no dark vision, no blind sight, nothing gets.
The only
through.
thing you can see is like magical sight or whatnot. You can see it through it.
Yeah.
So as he takes that credit, he goes, ah! Where did you go? What's scary about it is that he's like in front of your guys' faces.
Yeah,
So
and then I'm
this
gonna
is
use
like-
I'm gonna use my movement to back up. Well, I have 30 foot range. I'm gonna back up out of the sphere. So literally, it's just like a 15-foot, like dome. Not dome. It's not a dome. I guess it would be a dome, like of darkness, and I'm gonna back out of it. And then that'd be my turn.
Okay, let me just look at radius real quick, just to confirm. Darkness, there you go. Range is 60 feet. Action did a 15-foot radius, and you're backing up how many feet?
I'm backing up 20 feet.
Okay, so you would be out of
Yes,
of the darkness. Okay,
That's
just
exactly
wanted
what I'm.
just wanted to let you know. So he's like, there you are, and your dirty tricks.
No, he can't see me because he's in it. He
I
can't
see.
see anything. while he's
Gotcha. All
in-
right.
Like
Gotcha. He's just where? He's like, I will find all of
yeah,
you
anybody
and
in that
will
radius
get
is just you can't see squat. That's why I can back out without taking an opportunity
Noise.
attack.
Yep, he's in his face. All right. Dragon's turn. He will investigate this because all of a sudden you guys are gone now. So let me roll a d20 plus his intelligence modifier being a +3. So he'll add +3 to the roll. He has to make an intelligence check. 15. Everyone make stealth checks at this point. You must beat a 15 or higher. And you do get advantage, I would say, because you can barely see you, because you're obscured at this point.
All right, so that's a 17, and with advantage, gotta roll again.
Dirty 20.
No better. So,
Okay.
so that's a 17 for the highest stealth check with
Okay.
advantage.
Axios? Axios, what you roll?
You're muted, by the way.
You're muted right now, yeah.
Sorry, I was looking through the law because I forgot what my first. I think it's 11 plus 5. I'm trying to. Or is it 11? I think
You
it's
rolled a
just
6 plus 5.
Yeah, so 11.
11? Okay. Let me
Mhm.
roll for Aneta. Okay. Straight up 9. Ichabod. He rolled higher. So, that being said, the only people that didn't make it would be Axios and Aneta. You see the dragon taking his nose and sniffing like with this vicinity, and even though you guys are obscured, he does get your sense, Axios, and he does get the sense of Anea. He goes, let me see. Story wise, he would be more focused on you because you critted it. So,
Bring it on.
where are you? There you are. He will leap and he'll go. You see him taking a big breath, and as he does, you see this weird mixture concoction in his mouth. And as he does, you see cloud of what seems like to be green mist of form, and goes and will breathe on you. So I would like for you to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. This is a big one because it does a
is it
crap ton of
17?
damage. You
17.
succeed. You will take half of that. So you'll
Still
be
gonna
taking
die.
you'll be taking 21 points of poison damage. That's half. Does
Wait,
that go?
so it's 42 half to 21.
Yeah. So 42 was the highest damage, but you've succeeded, so 21 damage.
Yeah, I was gonna die if I take that damage. Holy shit.
He breathes on you. Are you still living?
Barely. Yeah, if only I had some healers. Yeah, barely.
This
Yeah.
he is, from your guys' perspective, you are seeing a dragon breathing heavily on this area concentrated around Axios. You see Axios cough his lungs out. He's coughing out blood at this point from the poisonous gases around him. And as it does, but weirdly enough, how it looks, it's like he breathes into nothing, but then there's something coming out. It's like it's glitching. It's weird. But other than that, like, Axios is hurt pretty fucking bad from that breath attack. And then he goes, a matter of time before I taste red flesh. It's the dragon's turn. Rico, your friend's in danger. The dragon doesn't seem to notice you. What would you like to do? Also, I think, is darkness concentration? Rico, what would you like to do while you do that? While I look this up.
I'd like to cast Fairy Fire on the dragon.
Okay. Axios, make a concentration check for darkness.
So what I to
Yeah.
roll? What is it?
You have to roll an 11 or higher, basically,
Okay, that's fine.
because it's over 20 damage. So it's a D20 roll.
Nope. That's gone.
Darkness
So-
fades, and he's the rest of you. So
So would you still cast Fairy Fire, Rico?
Yeah.
Wow.
all right, cast Fairy Fire. Remind me what that spell does again.
Dex save 16, or all attacks against it have advantage.
Okay. Dex save. He has a +4 to dexterity saving throws. So. Yeet.
But he also has a -2 because he has one level of exhaustion.
He fails it. So
Please.
he glows this bright shimmer. He goes, looks at it and goes, He's kind of weirded out. You hear Anubis speaking to your ear. He says, take down this dragon and you might prove your worth. And you're whispering in your ear. No one else hears this.
I'm going to run over to Axios.
Okay. Axios is like coughing up a lung, basically. You see like blood coming out of his nose and mouth and shit.
Cool, buddy. You're gonna get through this.
That's it?
Yeah.
Alright,
Reaction, can I shout the red potion?
sure. You said the red potion.
I'm shouting it at Axius specifically.
Shout it, man, dude. Shout it.
Axius, the red potion!
Alright. That being said, Aneda and Ichabod are gonna take defensive stances because they just saw you get breathed to near death. So, Bellathor, you scream this out. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
Am I still within range of the green dragon or no?
He is 20 feet out based on what Axius says. So he's 20 feet away from you, right in front of Axius and Rico.
Okay, then I'm going to. Also, would you count? Does he see me now, or because he's
He
past
sees
me,
all of you. Darkness is dispelled because Axius lost concentration.
Right, but he jumped forward 20 feet, passing me by, and I passed that stealth check.
You passed that stealth check. Alright.
Because I got a 17 on it. That's why I'm wondering, that's all.
You passed the stealth check for him smelling you, basically.
Okay.
But as soon as darkness fades, he clearly sees all of you. So,
Okay.
that being said, what would you like to do?
Come past me, that's all.
So what would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to roll behind him, and because I have advantage on hitting him now, I'm going to attack him twice. Once with my action and once with my bonus action.
Alright. See how well you do. Good luck.
Alright, that's with advantage. So one more time. That's a 21 to hit for the first one.
Hits.
Yep. And then this guy here with another 11 damage.
Nice.
The second attack. See how this goes. I have advantage to again. Yeah, that one doesn't hit. That's 7 twice in a row to hit.
Ah! Some pieces of dragon scales pop out, and as that happens, he dodges your second attack. He goes, "You are becoming a nuisance, dwarf." He is bloodied at this point. He has half hit points, so. Anything else you'd like to do, or is that it?
I think I've used all my action. That's all I'm gonna do.
Alright, Axius, you're coughing to near death. What would you like to do? This dragon is half hit points at this point.
Would taking this potion be my action or my bonus action?
Bonus action. Taking a potion for yourself is a bonus action.
And he goes after I do, right? In the turns?
Say again?
He goes after me
At initiative, yes. He's gonna be next.
Shit. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna use my bonus action to take the potion. Whatever this shit is. Kill
Let me roll a D100.
That's how I die. Yep.
Okay. You drink the potion. No effect happens. You wasted a bonus action.
So I don't even heal.
Nope. You drink it, it tastes like absolute garbage.
I'm taking my action to dodge.
Okay. It's Dragon's turn. I roll a d6 to see if he gets his breath weapon back. He does not, luckily. Next, he says that the dwarf is becoming a nuisance, so he will spend his attacks attacking you. Bellathor, I wish you luck, my friend. So he's gonna attack you 3 times.
Oh
With
god.
+7 to hit. So claw. Dirty 20 to hit. Take 11 damage from the claw. Second attack. Second claw attack. That'll miss. Oh wait, he gets -2 to all these, so it would be well, it wouldn't matter because he would hit your armor class. So he gets a -2 to all his rolls. Rolled an 8 plus 7, so it's a 15. Does that hit?
8 plus 7 minus 2. Right?
That is, yep. 8
And
plus
that's
7
going
minus
up-
2.
Does that still add up to a 15 or no?
I think 13.
Because if it's anything less
13.
than... Okay, then no, it does
13, my
not.
bad. My math is wrong.
Yeah, then no, it does not hit me.
Here's the bites. Here's the major damage one. Yeah, this is that. He's weak in state. Unfortunately, he gets one claw at you, but the second claw and bite you dodge out of the way. He seems not to be moving as fast as he would like to. It's gonna be his turn. Rico, you're up. What would you like to do?
Oh, so many options. My god.
You could clearly tell this dragon's getting weaker and weaker as the fight continues. But your friends are in mortal danger.
Yeah. I'm going to try to intimidate the dragon.
Well, before you
No.
try, let me look at something real fast. Hold up. Before you even try. Okay, you could try. Make an intimidation check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to insult him. I'm gonna say, you know, I think I've seen you before. I wiped your little brother off my shoe the other day.
Make an intimidation check. Roll fucking high.
No. 7.
He pays no attention to your insult. He's focused on the dwarf. Not even giving you the time of day.
Man. Alright, Firebolt.
Attack roll.
24
Hits.
for 7 points of fire.
Alright. Oh, you hit him right in the face, and he looks at his eye at you. It's blistering right now. Not blistering, but like it's like bloodshot at this point, like looking at you with his one good eye.
Do you get it? Because I said your little brother is a piece of shit.
Pathetic halfling. You will die here. Alright, that's gonna be your turn.
Yep, unfortunately.
Ichabod and Ada will take defensive stance. Bellathor, you're up. A dragon claw at you. What would you like to do?
I can do that, attack twice, then one more time, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Attack him.
Do I still have advantage on that? I don't remember how long.
I
the fairy
think it's
fight lasts.
gone. I think it's during the next attack, I believe. So let me just look this up because I don't want to cheat you out.
Yeah, that would suck.
I can't spell fairy, so I'm just gonna put fire and look it up. By the way, I look up spells on my phone.
I'm looking
'Cause
at
it's
it
easier
right
to
now.
do
It's
in
concentration up to 1 minute.
Concentration. Yep, so it's continuous as long as Rico keeps concentration. So go ahead. Make your attacks with advantage. I wish you luck.
Woo! Always love attacks with advantage.
So let's do it. Let's see what you got. First attack.
First attack is a whiff.
Yep. He dodges out of the way completely.
Second
Bonus
attack.
action. Second attack.
No,
Doesn't
one
hit.
short hit. 17.
Alright. Doesn't hit with the 17. Would you like to use your channel divinity to add 10 to the roll?
Ooh, you know what? Yes, I would.
Alright. So
Forgot I
you're
could
gonna add
do that.
Yep, you can add plus 10 to either of those rolls. So you can't do that as a war cleric. I will not remind you next time. So
Okay.
so you hit with 1. So roll
I'm
your
adding
damage.
10 to the second one.
Alright. So 27 to hit. So
I love it.
Love it,
More
damage.
damage. The only consistently high roll, the D10. I love it.
you hit him. He's looking pretty rough. I think you might have cracked
Yes!
the bone. Alright. Axios, you're up. He's looking pretty weak. What would you like to do, my friend?
Just to keep my rage going, I have to make an attack this round. And this would probably be my last one, but I'm going to use my bonus action to use Giant Smite.
Oh shit. You grow as tall as the dragon. So now he goes, you have more tricks, it seems.
And I'm going
Grapple the
to
dragon.
get within reach of him and then swing with my halberd, probably for the last time.
Alright. Good luck.
Is it with advantage? It's with advantage. Holy shit.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, good, because that first one was a 1.
Ooh.
Yo, what is happening to me? No, that's a 9, so that does not.
Your weak state, and keep in mind you have -2 to these rolls on top of that. So your weak state and just your general health, you swing, but he dodges out of the way, and he insults you by saying, "Your giant size is making you weaker than when you once before." Gonna be your turn.
That's my turn.
Seeing that well, first off, let me see if he gets his breath weapon. Could change the tide of battle. Could change his mind. Let's find out. He doesn't. Seeing that he's low on hit points and seeing that he doesn't want to die, he will says, "Enough of this silly game. I have had my fun. Be wary at night." Takes a general sniff of all you. "I know where to find you." He will disengage and fly away.
Is there a way, as he's flying away, to summon my spiritual weapon in front of him and hit him over the head with it?
He's disengaging for his action, so no. He will sniff you, he'll say that he knows where you will be at, and he will fly away, thus ending combat, seeing that he is low on hit points.
What's the speed on that flight?
Oh, the speed on that flight. Well, I'm glad you asked. See, dragons are quite natural flyers. They fly exactly 80 feet away. So, takes off. And he's disengaging the whole time on top of that, so.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna cough up a lung, go back to my normal size, and collapse on the fucking ground.
I'd like to take a couple steps towards the dragon and fire off another crossbow bolt.
Sure, make
Just
an
for
attack roll.
funsies.
Sure, why not? No.
12.
You lose a crossbow bolt as you weakly attempt to shoot a flying dragon. So Ichabod, you cough up a lung, you shrink down, and then
Ichabod.
excuse me, Axius. Ichabod comes running towards you. So
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, now you can. Oh,
Axios.
you swear to God! I swear, yo, I'm gonna punch a fucking wall. I swear to everything. You did not just hold out and cure wounds on me this entire fucking time. Holy, yo, we could have killed this dragon and you just.
Where's the healer? It's just not me!
Yeah, I literally
That's
could have
15
killed this
points.
dragon. You fucking piece of shit. We could have killed the dragon. Oh my god. Are you fucking serious?
roll for hit points, please.
You said 15. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm glad.
That's
Yo.
fucking funny as shit. Oh
Dude
man.
just sitting on a cure light wounds like, nah. we'll do.
I got
Like,
you, man.
Fucking shit.
You feel a little bit better, but you're kind of pissed off at this situation.
We got a dragon hanging over our head. Like, are you kidding me?
And Anea rushes to you and says, "Are you guys okay? I'm sorry.
I
wish I
weakly
could've
say to
been more
her, I was
help."
like, you did good. Just pick up the scales. And I just stay on the ground for a bit.
She picks up the scales.
Can I,
I'm
make
gonna
a,
go
Somewhat
there.
Ichabod.
can I make a medical check to attempt to help treating Axius's poisoning and such?
Well, you don't need to make a medicine check because, like, as you tend to his wounds, you like patch him up and stuff like that. You can roll 1d4 worth of hit points to heal him up. But as you're doing a medicine check, you realize that the poison hasn't seeped that much deep into his veins, but it seems to have scarred him. As you can see, like these green blemishes on where the teeth were, just permanent green markings. You think they'll dissipate, but damn, it looks like it hurt. He almost got chewed. So you could
Everyone
So you
without
get-
temporary hit points gets 8 points. Temporary.
green smoke.
The breath
So
weapon, if I failed that, I would have gone.
Dice
Like, I'm
roll,
just like.
Say again.
What die did you say I'd roll? How many d4s?
One
healing you
one
attach-
d4.
1d4.
One
Okay,
d4.
let's see.
As you're patching his wounds.
Alright, Axius, you get 3 more HP. Best I could do.
pretty-
Sorry, bud.
I appreciate it. And at that point, I just start sitting up, and I was just like, "Oh fucking shit!"
Well, it's better than
Ah.
someone holding out a cure light wounds on you in the middle of a fight.
Did you guys find anything in the city at least?
Jack and shit, and Jack left town.
I found some little people under the cart.
At that point, record scratch, I'm just gonna look at him and be like, what the hell do you mean little people under the cart? Are there more halflings under there or something?
No, just itty bitty people.
What?
I don't know. Go check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
go
under the cart
try to figure out what the hell he's talking about.
and
Alright.
investigate the little people.
Yep, you see the little people. You see like this weird fungi mini home like underneath. And as you both check underneath, something pops up, and you'll find out when we come back from break. So we'll be taking a quick 5 to 10 minute break, y'all. So in about 5 to 10 minutes, we'll come back and continue this little journey. We'll find out what is underneath the carts. I'll see you guys in 5. And we are back after that big dragon fight. And we'll finally get to see what the hell is underneath that cart. So with that, let's continue on. Music to kick in. Wait for that to go. Okay, it's playing on my end. So after that fight, Rico, Delethor, you guys look underneath the cart for this like mini house underneath it.
Well, first thing that happens when I see that is I literally shout, "Holy shit, Axios, he's not fucking with us!"
I'm still kind of steaming off in the corner, and I'm just steaming real quick.
I'm gonna get Anea down here too to see the little people.
And Anea looks down. Ichabod is grabbing a bunch of dragon scales, obviously. So, what comes out of this little mini house underneath is a little tiny Myconin dude. Myconins are basically mushroom people. They're like this big, and it comes walking in front of its front porch, and it says to you, "Is everything okay?"
We got a friend that's pretty hurt, but yeah, pretty okay otherwise.
Where's your friend?
He's over there. He's the angry tiefling guy who's storming around.
I'm just sitting down, like angry.
He whistles. I can't whistle, so he whistles to the crew. There's like 10 of them that come out, and they're actually half his size. And they speak in Myconin, are going, "Do any of you speak Sylvan?"
No.
No.
Nope. They just say, all of a sudden, this mini army of Myconin people come out. Axios, you see like thumb-sized mushroom people coming towards you, and they leap on you. How do you react?
I'm gonna shout, "Don't kill them, they're trying to help!" I think.
No, I feel like knowing full well I could probably kill these little things with like such an easy flick of my tail and my hand. I'm gonna just watch, more curious than cautious.
They climb on you, and they go all over your body. It's really fucking weird to you. But where your scar marks and stuff, where you see that each of them, while they go to scar marks, they come up to you, then they inspect it, they're going, as they do this, they produce this weird gel-like substance on top of their mushroom head, and as they do, they get their hands in it, and then they just rub it against you.
I'm getting my tail ready to, just in case.
They rub you down, and it burns like alcohol, like rubbing alcohol on the wound, but it's seeming to heal you a bit more better than Bellathor's basic training. You heal for 3d4. Because there's like 10 of them crawling all over you, patching you up. You heal for 10 hit points.
Nice.
But it burns like hell.
Thanks, little buddies.
How badly would you say it burns? It's like an alcohol rubbing,
like if you had a cut and you put rubbing alcohol against the wound, like that, but it's all over your body.
I've been branded, so this wouldn't be anything then in comparison.
You're going, that hurts. It also feels weird too, because you have multiple little tiny hands all over you. So they hop off and they go back underneath the cart. Then the little mushroom people make themselves a self ladder, and they pull each other up back into the home, and then they go into the home, and they're like, "No, your friend's okay. My name's Smurvo."
Nice to meet you.
Well,
what's that?
Go ahead.
I said, what did you just name him?
Smurvo. It's a Myconin name.
Okay, Papa Smurf.
You want to join us for this trip?
We've been on your trip.
What?
We've been here the whole time.
Oh,
Barrett
it's like a...
Barrett invited us to come in.
Oh. They never
Yeah.
told us about that.
Yeah, he said that you guys were going while you guys were handling some orcs. We snuck up onto the carts. We were trying to find some food, but Varen offered us some sanctuary underneath the cart. He was feeding us the whole time, but then we didn't get fed for a couple days, so they've been trying to get some food from you guys.
What do you
We
eat?
took this
Kid,
one thing.
Is that
Look,
where my 5th ration bar went?
you look like into his little home. You see your rations feeding like your one single ration is like half size, but it's feeding like 11 people. It says this will help us like with a couple of days worth of food.
I look at him and I say, I wish you had told me about that beforehand. I would have happily given it to you. But I, not knowing you were here, assumed someone had stolen it. I apologize. Please let me know before
really
you take something of mine again.
Well, sorry, but a lot of things scare us. Our home was burned down when those big giant weird things came and took down, and then there was even weirder people holding sticks, guiding them and stuff. It burned down our mechanized village.
Weird things. Tall, moved funky, eyes glowed a color.
I think one of them had a green color, and then there was 1, 2, 6 purple ones. Seems like they were talking to each other. And then there's this weird guy wearing blue robes. He looks like one of them, but he was holding a staff, kind of leading them.
Do you remember what color his eyes were, or if he was just had normal eyes?
He rubs his like mushroom head. I don't know. I think they were whites or something like that.
Oh, fuck me. I look at
Oh.
Rico and I say, long rest, then we're immediately heading towards Red Skull.
Yeah, that sounds good. It's very nice to meet you,
That's
Smurgle.
right. Next time we'll ask for food. This should keep us lasting for like 3-4 days. So don't mind us.
Is there any kind of food you'd prefer?
Not really. We can barely eat anything, really.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. And yes, please do ask next time you need food. I will happily give this.
Don't worry. We'll let you know. We'll climb into the cart. And then he closes his door. Into his little home.
And thanks for helping our friend, and I'll nudge Axios in the ribs. Thank the little mushroom people, Axios.
Thank you. And then I get in the
He gives
cart
a bit.
exhausted.
He
and
gives
rest.
a bit. He still like these mushroom people only have like 3 fingers, so like he gives like this weird like thumbs up, and then he like goes back into his mini home.
How bad is the cart damage?
Like the top part's gone, but it could still functionally ride. You just won't have cover from like rainfall and stuff. But like people can all see you. You can't like hide in a cart anymore. So
That's fine. I'm still gonna take a rest in the cart.
okay.
Get this
What
exhaustion
kind of
out.
a rest?
A long rest.
Oh, long rest. Okay. All you guys are doing long rests.
Yes, definitely.
Continuing on, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I'd also, and let me know if I can do this. I'd like to try to use mending on the cart. It might
fix the
take a
canopy?
while.
So if you would like to do that, you would lose the benefit of long rest because you're actively repairing the cart.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. With whatever scrap remains, because we did that swipe attack, like there's debris all over. But with your mending spells, you are managed to repair half of the top part of the cart.
I'm thinking about it. Before we pick up and leave, are there any more dragon scales?
At this point, Ichabod has all the dragon scales.
Okay, cool.
How many are there?
He has a bunch. I haven't determined how much as far as weights yet. I'll determine that in the next game, but you'll have enough to do whatever you would like to do.
Dragon shield.
We better go back and kill it. I'm expecting some fangs to make a badass warhammer.
No, we're gonna kill him next time we see him. That's 2 on the list.
Like I said, I'm expecting that we go back and kill it. I want some
Yeah,
dragon fangs for a badass warhammer.
Yeah.
All right. You guys take a long rest. You guys take watch of the dragon, because he smells you guys. But nothing happens, luckily. You survive the night. It's a new day. What would you like to do?
Start traveling. Keep going to the Red Skull.
Okay, let me look on my map.
Red Skull's priority.
Okay. So, okay, there you are. So, if you want to try to make it to the skull, you would basically have to go west of Arabelle and basically cut through the entire Stormhorn Mountain. It's so you got to cut through basically one full mountain range, and then it's up to you whether you guys want to get back on the main road or not, but main road will take longer to get to your destination. However, if you just want to cut straight to the area of where your map is marked, it's going to take several more days, but going through it off the road will be quicker. But there could be a chance of obviously random encounters. Not crazy to where you would be in the mountain-wise, but you're going to take at least 3 days through the mountains for sure. And then you must find food for 3 days and such.
So you're saying 3 days in the mountains or longer
through the mountains, and then if you decide to take the main road, it's going to take longer because if you follow it's basically the long route, but it's safer. Whereas if you cut straight through, there's more chances of random encounters, and you got to cross through multiple terrains. Because already you have to get through a mountain pass, and then afterwards you could either go around another mountain pass or through it, and then depending on there, you're facing some hills, and then they will be. Let me just zoom out this map. Okay, here we are. And then, other than that, you would have to get through like a big lake to get to your destination if you want to go after the red, going after the red orb, if that's what you guys want to continue on doing.
Can I pull out the map and then ask Rico, hey Rico, can I borrow your Ankh really quickly to see where the purple and green ones are on the map?
Yeah, my hands it too.
You see the Ankh and the red glowing, still glowing red. You see another pattern of flashing green and purple lights. At this point, it's heading towards the border of Cormyr and the Dalelands.
So we still have a head start against them.
Mm-hmm. And it took you like 3 days to get past this area, so.
How am I able to? Would I have to roll to see, to measure how many days out they are from where we are?
You would have to make a survival check.
That's fine. I have a -1. Of course I do.
Good luck.
I don't even know these lands. What am I doing? Who am I? That's a 4.
Yeah. Who knows?
Do you want to cut through the mountains and save time and probably... I mean, we probably lose the cart if we cut through the mountains. There's a high chance we lose the cart if we cut through the mountains.
Well, I have my smith's tools and my brewing supplies in the cart. So if we lose the cart, I lose a lot of my tools. I can't carry that.
It should be. Fine. How much does his stuff weigh?
I think they're like 20 pounds a piece.
I don't think 15 times 5. I think I can carry that. Sorry, this is the part where I do math.
Brewer supplies are only 9 pounds. Smith's tools are 8. Oh.
So it's only 15 pounds. Yeah, I could carry that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add his smith tools and his brewer supplies to my inventory, just in case. Okay. Whatever we decide.
And you throw them in your bag, I'm assuming?
Yeah, because I can carry those safely without being over encumbered.
Okay.
So Bellator, we were just talking about whether we go up the mountain pass or we take the main path and probably lose a few days.
Which one did you guys want to do? Because I'm fine either way. In all
Well,
honesty.
I said there's a high chance we lose the cart if we go through the mountain pass. So that just is something to take into consideration.
Yeah, that's very true. Going through the wildlands is more likely to have us lose our cart.
Is that something worth doing? I mean,
I don't think so. In terms of losing the cart, no, because we have the little mushroom people under it now. That's not only
that
an
is
extra
true.
layer of responsibility, but an extra layer of oh shit button.
All right,
Can we
so we
just
take.
put it in our
Let's-
pockets?
You're gonna
Our
hold a
little house?
whole mushroom city in your pocket as a halfling.
Not my pocket, but
I don't think they'd even correctly fit in Axios's pocket.
okay.
I don't know. No.
Just take
It's
the
about
long
the
I'm
size of a
already
football.
carrying your
Okay.
gear. You
Alright.
want me to
Alright,
carry
so
everything?
I say take the long way and keep the cart.
Yeah, taking the long way.
All right.
Okay. So, let me just review the map. So, you would have to cross basically the rest of this mountain path. So, on this day, I would like everyone to roll a d12.
Seven.
7.
It's a 2.
2. 11. Let me roll. See if there's an encounter on this day. No encounters on this day. You guys go through a day of travel. You could talk, do light activity, whatnot.
Do I lose my exhaustion?
Yep, you do. You took a long rest, so.
Nice.
So you guys want to talk about stuff, whether it be character-wise or whatnot. You guys have time to talk as you cross through these mountainous terrain.
Sorry about that healing, man. I'm not really a healer.
You are capable of healing. That kind of makes you a healer.
Yeah, but I only have so many spells, and
Listen,
if
I
use it,
understand, but
and-
it's not every day that we fight a dragon. It's not every day that a dragon even runs away. Dragons are, I don't know, they are prouder than that, don't you think? I don't know, but we could have died, seriously. Especially since Ichabod's just protecting the cart. Now we're gonna look over our shoulders for a damn dragon the entire time.
that's just another opportunity for us to kill it.
We could have killed it now and not have to look over our shoulders. It's bad enough we got zombies. Now we gotta deal with dragons too.
Yeah. That's the world, man.
Fuck that.
Okay.
Well, what little it's worth, Axios, I'm with you on this. I think that healing should have happened previous. That way we could have outright killed it.
But you
But-
fucking do it next time.
I do want to heal? You know I can't.
Oh.
Just
Although
saying.
if you look at an introduction to my Warhammer, I can do that.
I'm just saying, killing it would have been glorious.
Would have been.
Not only that, but it would have allowed us to create more rations with it and use the hide and scales for armor, teeth for weapons, and sell any other various parts for funds we are sorely in need of.
Tough shit. And climb back into the cart.
Alright. As the day closes, you guys reach closer to a town. Smaller than Annabelle, of course. You get to the town. This town specifically is in a shape of a star. If you guys want to make history checks, you can if you want. But the town is weirdly shaped into a star.
That's a 6.
You don't know this town
Uh,
exists.
9.
Neither do you, Bellathor. Rico,
24.
you've heard of this star. You've heard of this town known as Evening Star. It's a town specifically because it is in the shape of an evening star. And you do know this used to be a very religious town, but clearly you see it in disarray. You see that overgrown is starting to take place at this point. You get the feeling that it's been abandoned way long before the apocalypse happened. But you do heard stories of this being a great place, to practice one's faith in. Way back in the day when religion was, some of religions anyway, were not looked upon. This would be a free area of practice for religion.
We might be able to find some healing supplies here. I mean, probably less chance of zombies because it's been abandoned for so long.
I think we should investigate to see if there are any zombies before we relax and investigate other things.
Yeah, of course.
Agreed. Survey the area, locate any hostiles, and then at that point decide whether or not to move forward.
Okay. You guys approach the town. Any specific way to approach the town? You just enter.
Stealthily.
I'm looking specifically for any of the smaller herd-sized hordes like I saw in the larger city that I was moving through earlier. Annabelle, I think was the name of it, right?
Yep.
I'm going to
Okay,
look for any
so-
hordes about that size on the way towards it, and then see if I can see any from where we end up in the actual...
Well, luckily, you don't need a percentage check. You see a total of 9 zombies just walking about. They're just your basic ass zombies throughout this abandoned town.
Only counting 9. Anyone see anything else?
Perception check?
No need. You see 9.
Just a 9.
Just 9 zombies.
Where are they headed? Towards us or?
No, they're just kind of scattered about throughout this small town, but you think you could take them, since they are just looking generic.
Alright, I'm gonna sneak up behind one and go into a rage.
Stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Stealth check.
Ooh, halfling luck. I'm re-rolling that shit.
30-20.
22.
Okay. Nice. All right. Your stealth check. This one zombie doesn't notice you. Rico, you stealth behind Axios. Axios, you realize Rico's stealthing behind you.
That's fine. I'm still
So
gonna
you
go
make-
into a rage and attack the zombie in front.
All right.
Is it with
Okay.
advantage because you can't see me?
Yep. Slash that shit.
Wow, that's trash. 13 to hit?
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. So that is 9 plus an extra 2 for my rage. That's 11 damage.
How would you like to kill this zombie?
I want to decapitate the zombie with my new halberd.
Clean, like knife through butter. The zombie goes. Blood starts to leak out from where its head was, like, and then it goes down to its knees and collapses.
I'm gonna start sneaking up behind each zombie and repeating said actions.
Okay, so so since you're gonna do that, just make one stealth roll and one attack roll, and that'll be applied to all the zombies.
Sure. That's 15 for my. 19 for my stealth.
Yep.
That's a 16 on the
Hits.
dice. Hit.
Damage.
And damage. And that is 12 plus 2 for my rage. That's 14.
Exact. You are managed to cut most of these zombies up. However, you are able to kill. Let's see, let me roll a d8 with advantage. Well, not 3. No, I don't want to do that. So let me roll 2d8 and take the highest from the 2 results. to identify how many zombies you killed. You killed 6 zombies. There's still 4 remaining, and yeah, but they don't seem to notice
There's
you.
still
Rico, well,
4?
this
There can't
still
be 4.
4.
You said there were 9. He killed 1, which left 8.
And
yeah,
then
so I
just
rolled a
killed 6 more.
d8. Yeah, so you just killed 6, so there's 4 left.
No,
No.
it'd be if there was 9 in total, I killed 1
Yep.
before I rolled
Yep.
to attack the rest of the 8, and killed 6
Yeah.
out of those 8. So that's 2 left.
Yeah, not 4.
That's 2 zombies left.
Yep, you are right.
Maybe
My
2
math
came
again.
out of buildings. Mm.
Don't even. Don't even.
We don't know.
See here. Okay, so there's a total of 9 zombies. You killed 1, which you critted. There was 8 left. The attacks and stealths are applied to the rest. I rolled 2d8, highest result. That's how many zombies you killed. I rolled a 6 and a 4. You killed 6. There's 4 remaining. Out of the 8 you've attempted to attack, because I'm not going to let you roll attack rolls. That'll take too long. That being said, you killed
There's only
6 out of
2
the
out of-
4.
But if
There
there's
was a
only...
total of 9.
Yes.
You killed 1.
That's
There's 8
8
remaining.
left.
Yes,
I
there's
killed
8
6
remaining.
out of the 8.
2.
So that's
There are
2.
2 left.
Oh,
That's
wow. I'm dumb.
You keep saying
Wow.
4 because you rolled 2d8. One of them said 4.
That's right.
There
That
are
is
2
the reason why.
zombies left.
Okay. Alright. There are 2 zombies left. They will
That's
make
alright.
attacks against you at this point.
8 zombies.
16 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit? Alright. You block those 2 attacks. Rico, while all this is going on, what would you like to do?
Well, initially I was gonna sneak up behind Axius to help him, but then seeing how deftly he was taking out zombies right and left, I'm like, kind of standing back, like, you got this.
So
Now they're
you see
attacking
what?
him.
But yeah, in this situation, I would do a firebolt.
Okay, attack roll. One.
16 to hit
You'll hit one of them.
for 9 points of fire.
9 on the dice. So, this one's still living. You hit it. And it's half on fire, half not on fire. So, it's burning. Bellathor, would you like to do anything?
Question.
Answer.
I don't recall if we discussed this, but does radiant damage do anything extra to these guys? Because I remember
You don't
in
know.
D&D it does.
You don't know. It hasn't been attempted yet.
Oh! Well then, in that case, since we had that long rest, that gives me that 1 second level spell slot back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spiritual weapon behind one of them and smack him with it.
Attack roll.
It's a dirty 20.
Hits. Damage.
So 1d8 plus 1 radiant damage. For a total of 9 with max damage.
They roll disadvantage on their fortitude ability. 17, but they
There
roll
it
at disadvantage. Alright. You see the spiritual weapon appear and cut down this zombie. As it does, it goes kind of like half scared, half not to it. Seems like to be some weird effect to where its undead fortitude ability is seemed to having a effect from it. As it does, half of it comes slashing down. It collapses. That being said, Axius, would you like to do anything? As there's one zombie left in front of you. As this weapon appeared and attacked this other zombie.
I mean, I kind of already know about spiritual weapon from Banthor, rest in peace. So I kind of figure
Rest in peace.
where this one's come from. So I'm just going to attack the one that's on fire.
Okay, attack roll.
Unless Anea wants to attack. Unless Anea wants to get in the action.
Sure, she'll make an attack. She'll hit. Pike does what, D10?
Yes, a D10. That's my girl.
Straight D10 roll. 9. See if the zombie lives or not. Wow, plot armor. She stabs the zombie in the back of the head, killing it.
I have a
Surprise,
proud dad
much
moment.
to your surprise.
I have a proud dad moment.
High
Yeah,
five
but proud
all
dad
around.
All right. and Ada feels more proud and is a bit more confident. Congratulations! You now have an official sidekick on your party. More specifically, the fighter sidekick, which I'll go over information in just a sec. Other than that, there's no more zombies. There's like these dilapidated buildings that are starting to overgrown. What would you guys like to do? It is nightfall at this point.
I'm gonna look at Rico. I'm gonna look at Bellathor. I was like, all right, you scout the town for supplies. I'm gonna fortify a place for us to stay the night. Or Ichabod and I are gonna fortify a place to stay the night.
Sounds good to me. I'm on it, boss.
Alright. I had to take out my headphones to reach for a book. What is it that you guys said?
Bellathor and Rico are going to investigate for supplies throughout the town, and Ichabod and I and Anea are going to fortify the nearest home to stay the night in.
Okay. Easy for you and Ichabod and Anea to do. I want Bellathor and Rico to investigate.
Investigation, you want?
Yeah, because you're looking beyond the cracks for anything.
Okay.
Yes. 17.
19, buddy.
Nice. So here's what you find. You go to an old temple. Bellathor, you recognize this as an old temple of Lathandor. And you look for whatever supplies you guys can gather. Bellathor, you being a cleric, you know where like the good shit is. So you and Rico find set good shit. You find 3 spell scrolls. Let me tell you which ones they are. They are of level 1, so let me just look some up real fast.
Oh, yeah.
One moment, good sir.
You get a dimension door scroll.
No, not that cool. You find... Hang on. One second, y'all, looking through notes. You find a scroll of Revivify, a scroll of Healing Word, and a scroll of Cure Wounds, all at the minimum levels. Keep in mind, for some of these spells, you still need material component for it. So you have a spell scroll of each of those. However, when you use them, it'll burn up, and you have to make an Arcana check to see if it actually works. So you got 3 of those spell scrolls, and you found in that temple.
So it was Revivify. What was the other one?
Healing Word, Cure Wounds.
Healing Word, Cure Wounds.
Scroll of each at their minimum levels. And it takes an action to use them, but regardless whether you succeed in a check or not to use them, they will burn away. So they're one-time uses. Use them wisely.
Can I check any other temples or buildings?
You look in the other temples and buildings, other than like 10 feet of rope, 6 copper pieces, and some dirty clothes that seem to be wearable. There's nothing really much of value. It seems like, other than the scrolls that Bellathor knows where the priests would secretly keep them, you don't seem to find anything else worth of value.
Alright.
While they're doing that, can I tie one end of my 50-foot rope to my dagger to see if I can start attacking with like a rope dagger?
You can. You have a rope dagger, but this would be considered a weird impromptu weapon. So when you make attacks while throwing it, it's treated as a regular dagger, but if any other actions I would have to basically come up with or see what checks required to use it. But it's kind of a weird impromptu weapon in that case, because it's a weapon you're crafting. So
okay, I'm gonna spend
I'd give
my
him
time.
the 10 feet of rope for
Sure.
that purpose.
all right, you have a dagger with 10 feet of rope attached to it. So now you can be like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
I'm gonna start practicing that through the night.
Over here.
Okay. You practice throughout the night. You're trying to get a good idea of how to use it. It's basically you know how to use a dagger, so you throw it. However, pulling it's going to determine like what the target is exactly. So, with this, you could basically attempt a strength check, but it's a contested strength check to see if you pulling versus the target resisting. So,
Got it.
all right, you guys make it through the night. You heavily fortified your stuff, and another day is completed.
Yeah.
Here you guys are.
Well,
Okay. All right. At this point, do you guys continue traveling at this point?
Yeah, I'm gonna give everyone. I'm not gonna do temporary HP. Never mind.
Okay. So there's two ways you could go. I'm assuming you want to go to where the Red Skull is.
What's the other path?
Well, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see, as you continue down, there's a river that goes downstream. As it goes downstream, you obviously from basic survival, it eventually leads to somewhere. So there's a path that goes down towards the river. However, it's going to be hard for the cart to go, or you could continue up the mountain and escape the mountain, the Stormhorn Mountains. So those are your two paths you must take.
Up.
How far is the river?
You can get to it. It's not going to be hard, but you know that there's a path that goes downstream, and downstream could lead to other areas. However, because it's going through mountain passes, it's going to be kind of tight to go through with the cart.
I was just gonna see like if I could just fill out my water skin.
Oh yeah, you can do that. No problem.
Okay.
You can definitely do that.
That's all I'm gonna
We
do.
also-
Then we're just
Eat
What's up?
another ration.
yeah.
Yep. Eat another ration for the day.
I am
Alright.
out of rations.
Oof.
Yeah, we're gonna start
That's
hunting
rough.
soon.
All right. Which path do you take?
Up.
Up through the mountains?
Yep.
Okay. Everyone roll a d12. We're walking. That's
This
the
is
session.
intense enough without like full. We don't even have a full party. Like
2 2s. It's good for you guys because I have to roll a 2 or an 11. 6. No random encounters. You guys can talk, or you can do whatnot, where you gain benefits of long rest as you continue past through the mountainous terrain.
I am gonna spend my time, I guess, listening to what Anae was reading in the town we were at last session.
Okay.
I'm rushing off to the
So-
library for a couple days.
Yep. So Anea is basically telling you information in regards to looking up not just like obviously she reads like stories and whatnot, but other than that, as far as stuff that's relevant, she recalls reading a story about one of the dead kings. His name spelled very weirdly because it's in another language, but she tells you that Soren told her that it was done intentionally because speaking names like that are words of power and that could bring possible ill effects. So Anea took that to spirit. But other than that, it tells the story of an undead king who was once in the desert, where his home basically as a center of operations. But the two other undead kings grew jealous of this third king and imprisoned him away for all of eternity. And this was the user of the green gem. The name lost to history.
Wait, so the green gem one was locked away?
Mm-hmm. It was locked away somewhere in the desert. And
Got
if you
it.
recall, Soren did say that one gem was buried in the tomb, which you guys can confirm is the red gem. One was carried by a wizard, which you don't know who. And by process of elimination, the third one was buried, which is the green gem, which is in the mountains. So you assumed that now you, Axius, assumed that now Axius, you assume that this red gem is basically the one in the tomb. The purple gem is assumedly passed on by the wizard, and finally the green gem, which is weird because Anchor Rock Desert is like up north, and it's coming from south.
I share that with the group.
Share it.
That the green gem is south of us. The green gem is currently south of us, right?
Mhm.
Although everything pointed it should have been up north.
Maybe they got it a while ago.
I mean, we have to check the Ankh and the map again, wouldn't we? Do you have the Ankh?
I think you still have it.
Okay, I pull out the map and the Ankh, and I was like, just trying to confirm it.
There is a pattern of glowing purple and glowing green switching back and forth, and it's on the border of Cormyr and the Dalelands still.
So someone's already collected the green gem.
You said it's south of us now, so that begs the possibility that either they've collected it before, which is entirely a possibility, or perhaps stepping out onto a branch here in logic. Perhaps that undead king never truly died. Or at the very least has taken up residence in something new. Entirely a possibility. Granted, it's out there, but it's still not off the table, considering all that's going on now. At least from my perspective.
Oh, we're still closer to the Red Skull than they are. That's all that matters. This is all confusing.
Yeah.
Magic oft times is, though you are correct, the important part is we're closer to the red gem than they are.
This is so fucking weird.
Do they also have a map like this? I can't remember what Soren told us about what they stole.
Soren said that the woman you know as Beatrice took some papers and stuff like that in regards to information about the skulls. What information? You didn't ask. But she has stuff relating to it.
Well, we just need to get to that red skull before they do.
How many
Hopefully
days
they
out are we
can
at?
track us.
We don't know, because we took the path.
So, you taking the path, you're still clearing through the... Basically, after one more day of travel, you would clear through the mountains. And then afterwards, depending on which way you guys go, I'll tell you which day, how many days it will take.
While we're on the mountain, can I do... can I hunt for anything?
Yeah, so if you want to hunt anything, make a stealth check.
Oof, that's a 10.
Okay, now make a perception check.
That's an 18.
Okay, now make an attack roll.
I'm gonna use my impromptu dagger throw.
Okay.
With distance.
Sure.
And that's a 23 to hit.
No strength check needed. You kill a rabbit, and you pull it towards you. It's enough to feed 2 people.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I set up like snare traps that would catch small game like rabbits while we're or when we are at camp to sleep?
Do you have hunting traps or no?
I don't think I do. No.
No. You could attempt to try to craft one with a survival check, but the DC is going to be a little high.
I'll give it a shot. So it was a survival check?
Yep. See how well or bad you do.
Natural 20
Wow.
plus 1.
You build a basic snare trap. You use a bit of ration, and let me just roll percentile dice here.
Of
Actually,
all
no.
the things
D20.
to crit.
D20 roll.
Oh,
D20 roll to determine. You spent a whole day waiting, but nothing seems to attract your trap.
no. Every time we pick up and move, I'm going to set up that trap again whenever
Okay.
we move out. So I'm just going to pick it up, pack it together. We move out, settle in for wherever we're sitting next.
Gotcha.
And then
I know the
split it
pattern,
up.
so
Yeah.
gotcha. Rico,
I'd
doing
like to
anything?
keep trying to mend the cart.
okay. You do so. You take like Well, like the thing about mending is that you need to take like all the broken parts, but you didn't take all the broken parts because there was so much scattered with that claw attack. So with your mending, so most of the day, you basically are able to get 3/4 cover, for lack of a better term, for the cart. Not full cover, but at least the rain will not leak in as much.
Would he be able to use the dragon
Uh,
scales as well to mend it?
If you no, because mending you had to basically fix as if they're broken. So like if a string's broken, you can mend that. However, if it's large debris and it was scattered all over the place, and you're basically rebuilt half of it, and you guys didn't clarify you would gather the rest. So that being said, it has to be from the original source. You can't
No.
just grab a random piece of wood and just do it. It has to be from an original source.
Okay.
Right.
Now, instead
So
of it's one of us was a carpenter. Damn.
I'm a carpenter.
all right. That's the end of the next day. So now you guys are through the mountain pass. So, for the sake of time, we are going to roll one more encounter possibility. So everyone roll a d12. Because I'm assuming you guys want to get there the fastest way possible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're
Problem is,
slowly
I
coming
don't
up on
have
time.
woodcarver's tools, so
3, 7, 6. Alright, let me roll this d12 to see if you encounter any other encounters before getting there.
come on, dragon.
9. So no random encounters, unfortunately.
Round 2.
So
Round 2.
So to kind of fast forward, it's gonna take you roughly, and you guys are taking the main roads, you said?
Was there another road after we cleared the mountain pass?
Okay, so you clear the mountains. So you could take the long route. However, you will lose a couple days worth of travel, and the enemy might get closer. You could attempt to go basically around these hills and stuff like that. It will take you not as long time, but there could be more possible dangers further ahead, and plus we would have to roll to see like whether exhaustion takes place or not. Or you could go through the desert where there'll be no random encounters, but there'll be even more difficult terrain. So which way
Good
would you like to go?
question.
The safe route, which will give you the safest way possible, but enemy could catch up. Go through the mountain pass, but could possibly face exhaustion levels, or go through the safer pass through the desert, but carts won't work functionally wise. So what would you like to do?
Sir? I look at everybody.
Desert, maybe? Desert or long route? I don't want to risk the cart.
Desert still requires us leaving stuff behind.
What do you mean?
It functionally won't work in the desert, as mentioned by the DM, meaning it would either have to be left behind.
No,
or
he
we
said
have-
the cart would be going through difficult terrain, so it just means we'd be going at a slower pace, right?
Slower pace, but keep in mind it's a desert, so resources are not going to be as often. Obviously, going through difficult terrain could possibly mess up time-wise, so the enemy could be slightly closer, but not as long as if you were taking the safer route. But cart-wise, there's a high chance that the cart could be damaged because it's not meant to go in desert. And on top of that, less resources. If we can't eat food and water for the past couple of days, you take levels of exhaustion. And that
That's fair.
applies for the whole party.
Do you want to take
Which is why I'm very highly against going through the desert.
so the long way or the mountain pass?
Let's go the long way.
How many days do we have? Can anybody tell? I can't tell from this map. I can't
I'll
tell how
I'll
far
tell
away
you
they
how
are.
many days it takes after you guys make your decision. I need a decision right
No,
now.
I said how far the enemy is from us. That's what I mean.
Roughly
Remember-
3-4 days away. But they haven't moved anywhere from the border of Cormyr and Dalelands. But you guesstimate about 3-4 days. They're far away.
I mean, do we have those days to waste? I mean, we want to get there before them, get the skull, and leave without them even reaching us, right? We don't want to have to fight them there. That's us fighting an entire horde, isn't it?
We don't know. All we know is both the green and purple gem are there. We don't know how many are around those gems.
No, what I'm saying is that they're also going towards the Red Skull, I can assume. And if we get there around this or a day before they do, we're likely going to have to face them on our way out. If we take the faster route, we might be able to get there, get the skull, and leave before they even come within the vicinity.
So what do you want to do?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Also, Bellathor, did you give me any of those spell scrolls?
Did you want one of them?
I was just wondering how you are divvying those up.
I mean, I can't cast any healing spells at all, so I figured having the Cure Wounds one would be good for me. And then, as for the Healing Word and Revivify scrolls, I mean, if you want them, I can give them to you, but I just picked them up because I didn't know if you wanted them or not, and you didn't say anything, so...
Well, how about you keep Healing Word and I'll take Revivify?
Okay.
Because at some point I'll be able to cast Revivify, so
Alright, go
I'm
on.
guessing I'll have a higher chance of having that work.
Okay. Then I've still got Healing Word and Cure Wounds. Alright.
Taking the nines, or
I don't know, Axius, what do you feel like?
I don't want to have to face a horde if they're marching their way towards the Red Skull. If we take the long pass, we might end up there at the same time.
So what path would you like to take?
And Mountain Pass is shorter, but does the Mountain Pass have any detrimental effects on the cart, though?
You said exhaustion was the only
Exhaustion,
and
really.
encounters.
And more encounters, basically, since you're going to different terrains.
You want to do Mountain Pass?
Okay, doing Mountain Pass.
Let's go mountain.
Do it.
Alright. This will take you about... Okay, let me just roll. Everyone roll one more set of D12 rolls. Three,
2.
7, 2. 3, 7, 2. I roll the D12 5 times because it'll take you about 5 days worth of travel. That's one encounter. 2 encounters. 3 encounters.
God.
Look at those
4.
odds.
4 out of 5 encounters? Oh my god.
Let me roll this last one.
Oh.
12. So 4 encounters. So
Holy shit.
I'm not gonna do 4 encounters because we're coming up on time, but I want everyone to, at this point, okay, let me roll 4 D100s. If it's anything less than a 50, if it is anything less than a 50%, you guys survive encounters, good, bad, or evil, whatnot, doesn't matter. If you fail it by 50%, it's like 1 level of exhaustion for each of you. That's a D10, not a D100. So we'll
It
ignore
was
that roll.
7%.
So,
I was like, holy shit.
We dead.
encounter number 1. See how well you do. 1 level of exhaustion.
Sweet.
No.
Yeah,
Second,
we could get 4 levels and die.
1 success. One failure.
So do we lose the level of exhaustion?
I'll tell you in a second. Okay, that's 2 successes. One more roll. Okay, so out of those 4, you failed in 1. After, we'll say the last one took on the final day's worth of travel. So everyone has 1 level of exhaustion. Starting out the new day. You go through mountainous mountain passes, handling the weather conditions, facing instances of starvation but manage, and encountering some weird individuals along the way, both good and bad, but you easily manage to deal with all of them. That being said, you all have 1 level of exhaustion after going through all that, and it takes you 5 days to do so. You guys see what before you, the area which you guys have tracked, and as it does, you see this big cave opening that is about 10 feet high and 20 feet wide. It is a circular cave. Weirdly enough, it's shaped as in stone is like swirled into it, kind of like a open sealed door that goes in this general direction, but it's closed off. And you can see like there used to be former old scriptures upon it. What scriptures, you're not too sure. Time has certainly basically degraded this to where it's barely written. But what you 3 do notice is that there are 3 statues. There's one to the left, one to the right, and one directly above the cave. The one to the left and right are 2 figures wearing cloaks that are skeletal in nature, each holding its staff. The left one holding it in its right hand, the one to the right holding it in its left hand. And then there's one above that's holding it with 2 hands like this. However, the third one above, the face, the entire head portion is basically non-existent as it is destroyed. The top one seems to be taking most damage, which would be most likely the case because it's on top of a damn cave. That being said, you see this and you recognize it through Aneda telling you stories along the way that these, well, for lack of a better term, were the 3 undead kings. And you are facing the front of the door. And at this point, we will have to call the session to an end because we are approaching time. So,
I would
with
like
that
to
be...
move some pillars to do snake, dolphin.
Whale.
I like to use my bear
So,
claw.
so couple things. For the viewers, we'll be taking a 1-week break from this. I would like to call this mid-season break. So not next week, there'll be no games next week, but the following week we will continue as the party will figure out what the heck this thing is as they approach this tomb. So if you guys would like to be involved in the Dead Realms campaign, you can join by going into the Discord server, the Pocket Dimension. You can find the description underneath it. Great community there. If you're interested, PM me. You'll find me on the server. If not, great D&D community. Other than that, Instagram with Lady Kate Does Art, who did the amazing artwork that you guys are seeing behind us, along with the logo. So in 2 weeks, we will continue the rest of the story of the Dead Realms as these groups of survivors, with potentially more people joining, investigating this entrance to this weird tomb. Until then, see you guys next time.